All right, everybody, welcome back to the Podcrastinators. We're back to weekly uploads now after a little bit of a break. You can see we're back this week. We watched Whale.
Yeah, it's been pretty good with movies recently. We've been enjoying ourselves today. We have a lot to talk about, but before we begin, Cam and I have a couple of housekeeping items to do just to kind of keep you guys updated with what we want to do with the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided that we're going to keep episodes on a weekly basis still, but we're going to move them to Sundays. And basically expect if there's a movie coming out that week, say, in this case, Whale, you could expect to see that episode that Sunday or maybe the next one. Unless we just don't get to it. There's a million movies, but...
Yeah. If something looks interesting to us in theaters, we're going to see that and cover it. And that'll be our weekly episode.
And then on weeks where there's nothing coming out in the theaters that we want to talk about, we'll come back with our regular scheduled seasonal episodes.
Which is the video game movie season.
Yes,
which
correct.
we'll be watching Mario.
Yes.
So
I think we
that.
might have been calling out like, just be ready, guys.
Yeah, just be ready.
for a couple episodes now.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
we're
coming.
Yeah, we're having fun with that season. It will come out at some point, but there's just been a lot of movies out. We gotta cover
exactly.
them all. Today we saw The Whale, starring Brendan Fraser.
His return.
His grand return. So he really he kind of fell off the map after the Mummy movies, correct? Or was there some movies in between that and this?
Not that I knew of. I mean, I wasn't following Brendan Fraser or anything, but yeah, I feel like when did the Mummy come out?
Early 2000s.
Pre-Marvel?
Pre-Marvel, yeah.
I think he kind of got overshadowed by Marvel with the Mummy 3 maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He didn't find his superhero role.
But he was a big actor.
Yeah, big action star.
And this is definitely a change of role, I suppose, yeah, from what he used to do.
I feel like
in this movie he plays a 200, maybe pushing 300 or something.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of actors that kind of maybe fall into obscurity a bit, and then they end up being in some low budget production that
people are holy shit,
career,
this guy can act.
I kind of feel like the same thing happened with Michael Keaton in Birdman, just a little bit.
Robert Pattinson in Lighthouse.
Yeah, true. He could have had nothing after Twilight.
Yeah.
But
there's
yeah,
gotta be more examples, but
I feel like Tarantino brought back Russell Crowe, or no, not Russell Crowe, Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell in the Hateful Eight, and then he got to be in the Marvel movie.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is Brendan Fraser's return. I hope he gets to do more shit.
He was very good.
If they release fucking Batgirl, because he was supposed to be Firefly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was Firefly in the Batgirl movie.
That would have been sick.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, DC.
No, it's Discovery. Fuck
God
you,
damn
Discovery.
it, Discovery, owned by Paramount Plus subsidiary of...
No, they're owned by Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers, who's
merged
owned by the
Warner
greater
Brothers.
conglomerate of DC Animation, which...
Please, I just want a good Batman movie.
Just get me Batman.
Only Batman. Every movie's Batman.
Every movie's Batman. I don't want anything else.
Oh, okay. I also wanted to mention, too, in an earlier episode, I said that Whale was released at Cannes to a standing ovation, but I need to correct myself. That's not actually true.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Venice Film Festival, which is still very prestigious. It's one of the oldest in the world, but I just had to fact check myself really quick because I was just speaking out my ass at that point.
That thing, that standing ovation with Brendan Fraser tearing up, that's what made me really curious about this movie and why I was most I came to this movie for his acting because I was so intrigued that I was oh wow, this dude actually put his heart into this, I guess, when you could see that passion when he's so happy that it was received well, it was that's cool.
Yeah, I totally agree.
He definitely was the best part of the movie.
Yeah, it was very cool that, I guess, spoilers ahead for Whale. It was very creatively shot all in one room.
There was never even though he was mostly dormant on the couch, there was still enough like angles, like camera angles and stuff where it was like.
And I think the dialogue also was really able to carry this. And like just like the flow of how conversations went between like one character would find out something and that would make another character feel a different way.
There was only like 5 characters in this whole movie.
Yeah.
But they all held like a very like clear role, you know?
Yeah. I really think that like the pacing and flow of the dialogue is what really held this movie together. Like it was so interesting and kept you engaged.
I'll have to like, this is accepting my ignorance. I had no idea this was based off of a play until the ending credits.
I knew that it was based off of something.
Yeah.
I think it said a stage play in the credits.
When I looked it up, it's a book too.
Oh, okay.
So it might be a book that's made into a play that they based that off of. I don't know. But like you can see how it would work as a play, like how it's shot, like just having a single room on stage.
Just one setting the entire time. And cheap way to shoot a movie.
Cheap way to shoot a movie.
You're just in one set, you have a very small cast of characters.
It's easy. Well, on paper. Easier.
Cheaper.
Which is easier.
Well, not all the time.
Sometimes easier.
Wouldn't it be more easier if you had just unlimited money to throw at it? Disney.
That's right, fuck you, Disney. And so,
back to the whale.
The whale. I enjoyed it. I think there's only 5 characters, right? So there's Brendan Fraser's character. There's this Alan character, which was like his boyfriend who is dead, but he's not in the play because, or in the movie because he's passed away. There's his daughter, his wife, his
friend that like comes and checks in on him.
Yes, who is also sister
of his lover.
His lover.
I think we'll get there. I think let's focus on just like actors, like
actors.
Yeah.
It took me a bit. The daughter is the Stranger Things girl.
Oh yeah. It was the Stranger Things.
It took me
girl.
like a little bit. Then I was like, oh, it's her.
I knew that beforehand going in.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like I thought the Stranger Things girl was really solid. She was really good. I was like, damn, she can.
I thought, okay, I'm jumping around a lot, but can I say like I thought she was good as like a edgy, snarky character.
Yeah.
But at the end, can I talk about the end?
Yeah, I think let's just free reign at this point.
Yeah, so at the end when you realize that the essay he's been reading about Moby Dick, hence the whale, was written by his daughter, and like that's what keeps him going.
I actually figured that out. Like at the beginning, I was like, I bet his daughter wrote that. Like it wasn't like a crazy big reveal. A trivial for me. Yeah,
I thought it was I thought it was a really effective scene, and I got emotional during. I'm like, damn, it was good. But when it changed to the stranger girl, I hate just calling her what's her name?
I think it's like Sadie something.
Sadie something.
Okay, halfway is good enough.
Halfway is good enough. Yeah. But like during that scene, I don't think
Sadie Sink.
Sadie Sink. I thought she did a great job, but when it went to her, I felt it kind of like took me out of like how I was like, oh damn, like this is a crazy scene. And then when it would like switch to her, like it didn't seem as believable looking at her as opposed to Brendan Fraser's character. I literally was like, oh wow, this movie got me. And then it like kept doing like the switching camera angles after like he kind of like went into it,
like the shot reverse shot.
Yeah, the shot reverse shot.
Enough time on him.
Well, they did, and then they started doing it more with like both of them, and then that's when it pulled me out because I was like, he seems so legit, but she doesn't seem like she's like.
Oh, she didn't sell it for you.
She didn't sell it for me.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, I think she sold it for me.
Yeah, I think she like, and it sucks because I do think she did a good job. It was just that one scene that didn't do it for me.
The very end,
the most, I guess not the most important one, but the one that like. It's like the big reveal, you know, like it's
like when I guess we already said spoilers, like when he dies.
Yeah.
Okay. The whole time I was just thinking, like, is his daughter actually, like, a good person? Or does he just, like, a little bit making it up to make himself feel better?
It kind of has a weird ending thing where you're like, is everybody happy? Like, did something good happen out of this? You know, like I feel like his positivity, like, which was a like kind of like motif throughout it, like it felt genuine. You know, like maybe it's good, but he's still dead. You know.
Yeah, it would have been like, you want to like be there for your daughter more? How about you would just
go to the
hospital? Yeah. Like, to me, okay, so obviously Brendan Fraser's character.
There also was the one line in the movie where it was the nurse lady saying like, "I don't believe anybody can save anybody."
Okay. Well,
which is a weird thing when I think about it, because it's like, oh, I guess I don't believe anybody could save anybody, but then the girl, his daughter, sends all the information to that guy's church.
Yeah, I don't think she was doing that to help him. Yeah. You know?
So that's another thing. Like like I feel like you can come out of this thing of two ways. Like either people can save other people or people like can't save other people. Yeah. Because I think if you think about it in one of those two ways, it's like, okay, the daughter feels better. Let's say like, you can save people. Brendan Fraser's character helps like bring the family together and like gives confidence to his daughter and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. She went out of her way, even though she had all this like negative stuff, to help that one guy. I guess that's just like two main ones. There's
But then on the other side is you can't save everybody is his friend trying to help him. Yeah. Obviously she doesn't because he dies at the end. Yeah. And his lover dying. And he said that he's like, oh, I just wanted to like... It's kind of implied that he killed himself, right? Yeah. It was like a suicide. They didn't really say how. They might have said it. There was one part in the movie. There was some distractions in our theater. Yeah, where this one fucking lady in front of us was just like walking around. Yeah. And like, I don't know what she was doing. I heard her outside of the thing. She's like, oh, when he was eating chicken, I was eating chicken. And I was like, what? Was she eating fried chicken in the theater in front of us? Like, well, they kept getting up and like kept like, there was a couple times that they like, well, okay, actually first they came in late. Did they? They came in like 15 minutes late. Like the movie had already started. Yeah. And they had food and then they got up and got more food, I think. See, we were paying more attention to the people in front of us than the actual movie. And then she like started standing up and was like getting all the trash together. And then like when she'd like sit down, she'd like plop down on the seat. Yeah, and then you'd hear the seat lean back like. Yeah, that was kind of ridiculous. Just another instance. There should be a fucking compilation of us complaining about the fucking people that we see in theaters. Like, what about Whale? Like, you would think that the people that go to see Whale like have some theater etiquette. You know what I'm saying? That's not a movie. This isn't like a Marvel movie. No, this is not a movie you go to see with your friends. This is a movie where it's like, you know what it is. Like, yeah. You're not just like looking at the fucking shit on the marquee or whatever and being like, I'm gonna go see the Whale. I can excuse people getting up and walking around during Avatar. Yeah. But not this movie. Or like fucking Puss in Boots when we went. There was like kids running around stuff, being like, ah! It's a kid's movie. And it's like, Whale, oh, whatever. Come on, you can't be a distraction in Whale. Yeah. Especially for a movie that's like very clearly supposed to be like an emotional like drama, you know? Like, mm-hmm. It's a play. You don't get up during the middle of a play. It's just a play in movie form that maybe was once a book. I'm pretty sure it was a book. It was a play at one point, okay? It was a play at one point. So I think we might have missed the part where they explain about the suicide when those people were doing their thing. Yeah. Did you think the characters were like pretty empathetic? Like you could believe the characters and feel for them? Yeah, there was like... I guess the movie kind of had to win over Brendan Fraser's character for me. Mm-hmm. Just like, because they kind of mentioned that like he might have been a pedophile I don't think he was.
No, it was just because he was with the student.
Yeah, but how old was the student?
He likes that young meat, bro.
Yeah, so I was
in
like,
college you're 18, so like, and he said it was a night class, so it wasn't as young.
oh, okay.
So he
at first I was like, he's a pedophile, but
yeah.
at a certain point you're just like, you do end up empathizing with the character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he knows he made some mistakes and that he's definitely paying for them.
Yeah.
And you do feel bad for him because he is, like, in such a bad way of life, you know?
Yeah. I think this is one of the better movies I've seen in a theater in a while.
Yeah. I had a good time. I think
looking back on the past movies we've seen,
it was better than Avatar.
It was better than Avatar. Puss in Boots is different. Puss in Boots is a different type of movie, though. You know, like this is like a art piece. You know, Not to say that Puss in Boots isn't, but you know, like
Puss in Boots isn't art, bro.
Puss in Boots is the best art in the world.
So.
But you know what I mean. I guess like high. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's got to be some word to be like very
No, I understand it. It's like an art film. Like yeah, it's artsy.
It's artsy. I wonder if we'll see more stuff with Brendan Fraser.
Well, we are gonna see Batgirl. Fuck. Do you think the line also had something to do with it? That was like in the end of the essay. That was like the author was just trying to save us from his like sorry existence. So was there like an element of that in there, like a little bit of like maybe a warning about.
I'd want to like read the essay that she wrote again. I feel like that'd be
yeah,
because they never read it through in one go.
At the very end, they did when like she read it right before he died.
Yeah, kind of.
She read the whole
entire thing.
Yeah, she read the whole thing.
Okay, well, maybe not in like there was the interruptions between it though. I feel like maybe.
I think it was like it was so tied heavily into like him walking as well.
That's true, actually. Yeah, you're right.
And like his like last moments.
The ending was very abrupt. Just when he like died. You know what I was thinking? You know how like he's like at the end, like she's standing there and he's standing in front of her. And then it's like implied that he dies. Mm-hmm. Like, what if he just like fell on her?
I had this exact same thought.
That's like 400 pounds.
She's dead. She's dead.
Yeah, that continues the argument. No one can save anybody. And then everybody's trying to pick his dead body up off of her. Like, save her! Nobody can save anybody.
Like, right as he saved her, he killed her.
Yeah, he died and then 4 tons came crashing down upon her.
Well, I was wondering.
He went through the floor into the apartment
below.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, I was thinking like the daughter character was such a piece of shit. Like, she wasn't like we said before. It didn't really seem like she helped that one dude. Yeah, it seemed like she was trying to fuck him over, and it was just like they didn't really care. Mm-hmm. Because, like, he didn't really steal that much money. And I think they were more just, like, worried about his safety. Which I guess ties back into, like family being together is probably better than being an obese binge eater. I don't know. Is that bad to say? Well, I don't know. Like, this
movie should have been about body positivity.
The fucking...
Everyone came up and they would give kisses all over Brendan Fraser.
Like the kid. What I'm trying to say is that like they didn't like the family didn't care about what the kid had done because they just like worried about like him being safe, you know, like they just wanted him to be okay, and that's why he was able to like come home, and that's what everybody like wanted for Brendan Fraser was for him to be saved, you know, but like he just didn't accept it, I guess. Did that make sense?
Yeah, I guess it kind of ties in. Sense. It's just kind of like, the only part I can't wrap my head around is why he just didn't go to the hospital.
Because the money was for his daughter.
I thought it was honestly going to end with, like, the daughter being like, I'll use some of the money you saved up to like, what he saved up like $120,000. Like, it's like, I can help you. Like, that's a lot of money. Like, at least to like get him on the track to like doing better, you know? Like,
but
how long would it take? How long would it take to like exercise and be healthy from 400 pounds?
I don't know if you can go be like truly healthy. I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like there has to.
You think there's some crazy success stories out there?
Bad example, but Jared from Subway, wasn't he a
bad example?
Wasn't he like a fucking super, like, wasn't he like pushing like fucking...
I don't think he was as fat as Brendan Fraser's character in this.
What about those people in like my like 4 trillion pound life?
I have no idea. I don't follow that.
Is this gonna? I hope this doesn't put me down like a binging cycle of watching obese reality shows. That's where you go from watching The Whale.
What is the like the recommended amount of like weight is like a pound a week or something? Like,
what do you mean?
Like they say that like if you're like working out and trying to lose weight, it's
getting it down a pound. I feel
like if you lose more than like 1 pound a week, it's like probably not healthy. Like,
really?
I don't know.
I feel like in his case, it'd probably be healthy.
Yeah, no, it would be healthy. Well, as like a regular person, you know. Yeah. Wait, fuck, shit, that probably needs to be cut.
He wasn't regular. He was a fucking big boy.
Yeah, true.
He's a big boy.
I don't know. I don't have any.
I'm like very curious to like fucking go in depth about like
losing weight.
Yeah, like losing weight for like people who have gotten that fat.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there's a fucking surgery. I actually do know. So there's a surgery for really, really fat people that it removes like a fuck ton of weight. Not a lot. Like you're still fat as shit. But like it's like a significant amount, you know? Like,
okay.
But like that's like, all right, we did that. Now you have to do the next steps.
Right.
And like before they do it, they have like meetings with like nutritionists and like to be like, are you on track? Like, are we going to take out like 40 pounds of you and you're just going to get it all back? You know?
Uh-huh.
Oh, there's also a surgery for your stomach where you can like half it the size. So like even like you can't eat as much. Like you literally can't eat as much.
Oh, they like make your actual stomach smaller?
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like they really did show his problem that he had. His love for food. That was like the only time he had pleasure though. Like that was like the happiest thing in his life.
Well, he slammed some pizzas.
He
slapped them up on top of each other.
Dude, I'm happy that we had the graphic mukbang scene.
The mukbang scene was pretty exciting, I'm not gonna lie.
They had to do it.
Good movie.
Yeah, it was good.
I think I don't really have too much else to say about this. How about yourself?
Would you recommend it to people?
It's one of those things where it's like it'd take a very specific person. I would recommend this to. Yeah. Like I wouldn't recommend it because it's bad. Like it's just like I feel like not a lot of people would like.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
It might be slow for some people.
Like someone who really likes plays and
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser, yeah. I
didn't write any notes during it. It's so hard to write notes in the theater.
It is hard to write notes in the theater. I feel like this one was a bit more of a challenge to talk about too, because we've never done such a artsy movie.
One. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Because not that we do a good job of following the plots, but this one, the plot was just in one setting the entire time and just based on like characters.
It was like
having or just like finding out more about each other and like I don't know. Oh, I did actually want to mention that I felt like him being a teacher too like made him more likable as a character. It's kind of like the Breaking Bad, the Walter White, like the fact that he's a teacher, and like in those early like Breaking Bad episodes when he's teaching Jesse about the chemistry, like when Walt being a teacher comes out, those are honestly the best parts of Breaking Bad for me.
That's
so
cool.
like I did like the scenes where he was like trying to teach his daughter some stuff because of that, but I don't think she cared.
So at the time of recording this, Cameron and I are hard at work on a bunch of stuff as usual, but one of the things we're doing is writing some scripts for videos. And I was going to say that reminded me, some parts of this movie was a little inspiring, being like, yeah, I got to get back and start writing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
When he's like, it's got to be like your argument. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah, no, I agree. There was some stuff that he was saying like, this is what I should be taking notes on.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that's another thing. Someone who likes Brendan Fraser plays and writing. So if those three things match your criteria, I'm sorry that we spoiled the entire movie for you.
Yeah, true.
Well,
look out for our next thing. We don't know what it is. It could be Mario.
It could be Mario. Thank you so much for listening, guys.
Bye.